Hello everyone, recently I got access to the new Feather client. I'm going to be comparing FPS, mods, customizability, and looks between Feather, Lunar, and Badlion client. I'm going to start off by comparing FPS, so let's get into it. In 1.8.9, I set every client to the same settings and recorded on OBS. Badlion was getting around 45 FPS, Lunar was getting around 50 FPS, and Feather client was getting around 55 to 60 FPS. Not only that, but in 1.17 and 1.18, Feather client completely blows the Lunar and Badlion out of the water. Because Feather uses sodium, lithium, and starlight rather than optifine on the newer versions, it gets way more FPS. I tested with the same settings on the same world, and Feather was getting around 250 FPS while walking and 150 FPS while flying. Lunar got around 80 FPS while walking and 60 while flying. Badlion was absolutely terrible. I guess it was getting around 50 FPS, maybe, while walking, but it's hard to say. It would go up to like 90 FPS, but then if I turned, it would dip to like 15 FPS. While flying, I was getting around 60, except when I turned, it drops to 12 FPS. In 1.8.9, they were all relatively the same with not a huge difference in FPS, but in 1.18, Badlion was terrible, pretty much unplayable. Lunar had a solid FPS, but Feather absolutely destroyed both clients, getting 150 to 250 FPS. As far as mods go, technically Feather has the most, because you can add your own Forge or Fabric mods. But besides that, Badlion does have the most mods, as it is more of a general use client, but if it is a general use client, you think it would at least be able to run the newer versions. Badlion and Feather client both have Reaper mod and Schematica, which some people use a lot, but as I've said in a previous video, the Badlion Reaper mod does not even work for me, because when I try to preview my camera path, it instantly crashes, and when I try to render it, it looks like this. Even if Badlion has the most mods, the average player is not going to use 90% of them. I really like how Feather added a proximity chat mod, although it does have a lot of bugs right now. I think it'll be a great mod once the client fully releases and they patch some of those bugs. Feather has the most customizability, because you can add and remove mods, and even add your own. If you don't like sodium, lithium, and starlight for the newer versions, you can use optifine instead, or neither. As far as looks go, Feather is the cleanest in my opinion. I like how you can change the color of the client. On the other hand, while Badlion has made improvements to the appearance, I really don't like how it looks, especially their logo, which is plastered all over their client. When you open the client, it instantly brings you to the new cosmetics, kinda just throwing them at your face. Alright, this video is supposed to be about Feather client, not a rant about Badlion. My bad, just got a little distracted when comparing the clients. Anyway, am I going to switch to Feather client? Yes, actually, because it has the best FPS, appearance, and customizability between all three clients. It even got my friend Captain Diamonds hooked on the client, even though he was originally vanilla only. Anyway, that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.